Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to talk about money, although as you'll see, actually the way to have all the money you want is by not making it at all about money. Let me explain. When we want money, it's because we want the thing that we think money will give us. Money is never the real desire in itself. It is a means to an end. Now, the end might not be a physical thing. It might be that you want security or that you want a certain kind of lifestyle. But whatever it is that you feel money will give you, that is the real desire, not money. And by insisting that your desire must be fulfilled through money, you're making money into a false god and assuming that it is money that can give you what you desire. You're giving your power away to money instead of understanding that you have direct access to the power that is not only creating all the money in the world, but it is also the power that is creating all the things that you feel money can give you. Now, by going to the end, by going directly to the outcome that we desire, the one that we think money will give us, and by taking money out of the equation and trusting our higher self to bring us this outcome, however it brings it to us, without insisting that it must come through money, then we allow that infinite intelligence to orchestrate things for us in the most perfect way, taking all of our desires into consideration, rather than narrowing things down to the limited view of things that our human mind is able to come up with. Let me go into more detail about what I mean using my own journey as an example. About 10 years ago, I decided to quit my job and find a different way to earn a living. I used to work as a software developer and I actually loved doing that job for most of the time that I was doing it, but towards the end, I started feeling that I'd had enough of the 9 to 5 and that I wanted a lifestyle that was a lot more flexible. So anyway, I quit my job and got into running a software business instead. And long story short, it was a complete flop. And I never made a single penny from this business. So with things all going wrong with my business, I was really starting to feel the pinch financially. I had some savings, but I could see those savings dwindling down and I knew that they wouldn't last forever. So I was starting to get a little bit worried. So when I found myself in this situation, understandably, my feeling was, I need to find a way to make money. I need to find a way to bring more money into my life. And so I tried various different things, all of which didn't end up going anywhere. And it felt like the pressure was building up more and more. And then at some point, I knew that I needed to change the way I was operating because the approach I was using just wasn't working. It wasn't getting me anywhere. And I started thinking to myself, what would I do? How would I live my life if I knew that everything I want and everything I need will always be provided to me? How would I spend my time if I felt completely secure that my needs will always be met and my desires will always be fulfilled regardless of what I do? Now, at that time, I had already been into spirituality and manifesting for many years, and I was in a number of Facebook groups that talked about this stuff. And when I started allowing myself to explore what I would do and how I would spend my time if there was no financial pressure, then the thing that came to me very naturally was that I love talking about spirituality and I love helping people to understand this stuff. So I just started interacting more and more in these groups, writing posts, responding to people's questions, and so on. I wasn't thinking at all about the financial side of it at this point. It felt more like a hobby, like something that I love spending my time doing. And then as time went on, people started to ask me whether I provided coaching. And I thought, why not? Maybe I should start doing that. People obviously like the way I explain things and they find my advice helpful. So why not? Why not start making a living from this? So it was a very natural evolution, how it all came about. And it all happened because I allowed myself to explore what my desired outcome would look like if I took money out of the equation. Now, if my previous business had worked out, or if one of the other things that I hoped would bring me money had worked, then would I have gone on this journey of discovering this way of earning an income? Honestly, probably not. I would have carried on with what seemed to be working. It wouldn't have crossed my mind to shift into something like this. So it required things seemingly going wrong and me not getting the money that I thought I wanted in order for me to get onto this path that I absolutely love and that I find more fulfilling than anything that I was doing before. So what I'm saying is that when you feel like you want money, it's worth taking some time to explore what you think the money will give you, what your life will be like once you do have the money, what you will spend your time doing. And once you identify that, take the money out of the equation and assume that you get to have that outcome. And allow the source to bring you that outcome however it brings it to you. Because you'll find that insisting that it must come through money actually limits you. There are so many other ways things can come. People can give you gifts. It can be a mutual exchange, trading one thing for another thing directly. It can be an arrangement where you're getting free food and accommodation in return for doing a job, for example. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go trying to figure out what these alternative solutions might be. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying to be open to possibilities because the source already has the perfect plan to give you everything you want. And it's a plan that is absolutely ideal for you and that is perfectly tailored to suit exactly what you want down to the tiniest detail. But if you insist that it must come in the way that your logical mind thinks it needs to happen, then you're messing with that perfect plan and you're not allowing it to unfold as smoothly as it would if you just step out of the way and stop trying to impose your human logic onto it. Now, there's another side to this as well that I want to go into. You'll know if you've watched some of my other videos that I like to look at the fulfillment of my desire as a journey, starting from the point where I am now, going through a series of twists and turns until it ends up leading me where I have chosen to go. And that is great, it works really well, and I definitely encourage you to use that approach. But then alongside this, what I've found is that it's important to have another desire that you are constantly fulfilling on a daily basis. And that is that you get to have a good day today. Now, this desire is different because the timeline is much shorter. And it's just about filling today with lovely things, with things you love, having a delicious meal, going for a walk, having a lovely conversation with a friend, enjoying your home, whatever it is that brings you joy and makes you feel good in a very immediate physical way. And the reason I feel that it's important to have this feeling of having this desire fulfilled of having a good day today is because when we have what feels like a bigger desire, something that feels like it's going to take time to get to, then there is this tendency to kind of put your happiness on hold and feel like I will be happy once I reach that point of fulfillment. And by doing that, understandably, you feel a lot of pressure and urgency to get to that end point, because if you feel like all the days until you reach that end point are going to be full of struggle and suffering, well, then you want to get them over with as quickly as possible. Whereas if you know that you get to have a good day today and then another good day tomorrow and again the day after, all the way until you reach the end point of the bigger desire, then that pressure falls away and it just becomes a lovely journey of enjoying your life and moving from the fulfillment of one desire to another desire, which is what life should be like on a daily basis. So when you've got a desire for money, most probably you feel like you want this massive change in your life that you think money will bring you. And so by all means, go ahead and choose that you get to have that massive change using the approach that I've described. But also, don't make your well-being dependent on getting to the end. Assume that you get to have everything you want and need right now, today. Now, when I say that, you might be thinking, but I want that big sum of money today, or that big outcome today. But you don't really. What you really want is a guarantee that you get to have the outcome. Because if you were to get that guarantee, then you would relax and enjoy the unfolding leading up to that outcome. It's like when you've booked your ticket to go on a trip somewhere. Once your ticket is booked, you're no longer worrying about whether you're going on the trip. You know you're going on the trip, and you shift into the mode of thinking about what you need to prepare before going, what you need to take with you. And basically, you're just enjoying the anticipation of knowing that you're going on this trip. And this is the same thing. You need to start training yourself to trust in the source that is creating everything. Know that the moment you choose your desired outcome, it already has immediately laid out the path. So the whole path ahead of you has been already put in place. And that path is going to provide you with everything you need to get to that outcome. And then allow yourself to enjoy every single step of that journey that is leading you to your chosen outcome. Don't make your happiness dependent on getting to the end. Start enjoying every single day, knowing that you will be given everything you need for this day and the next, all the way to the point of fulfillment. And if you do that, your whole life starts to become this absolutely magical experience that is filled with things you love every single day. And that definitely beats feeling that you have no choice but to struggle and suffer until that pile of money finally appears. Okay, so that was a bit of an explanation of how to go about bringing in all the money you could ever wish for into your life. As usual, if you've got questions, you can put them in the comments or come and find me on Facebook or through my website. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because that really helps me to continue doing this. And thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.